Right, well, there's a Husky race the weekend, and I was racing, so we're going to check out the trail. Right, so we've had to fill up a bit. The race is being held at Rendlesham Forest, which is a woodbridge near Ipswich, and it's a really cold, miserable day. So we've got a car full of fuel, and we should be at the race site soon. We've got a passenger here in the back. Hello, Bailey. So here we are, going through Milton, I think, heading towards Rendlesham, and we'll be glad when we're there. But actually, it's a bit too cold to be getting out of the car. We'll see. So this is where Rendlesham Forest starts, and a lot of this forest was actually demolished or blown down in the big storm of, I think, was it 87? And certainly areas up here where we have run Siberian Huskies in the past, which were flattened, are now proper forests again. And a lot of Husky racing goes on up here. All outside, lots of that in Suffolk. Look at them. So much of this forest was completely flattened, though. It was horrific at the time. But of course it's grown back again. Most of it has. Right, so most of this side of the forest here was flattened in the big storm of the 80s. But of course it's always possible that it's actually grown and been harvested since then. That was 25 years ago. And these forests do grow up fairly quickly. So here we turn into the forest where the race is going to be, and this road also goes down to the Forestry Commission offices, I think. Houses down here. In fact, we do know somebody that actually lives down here. Lovely place to live, in the middle of the forest. course, etc. Right, well, Bailey, you going to go for a walk? Let's have a look. He's waiting to come out. So this is the start and finish area. So unfortunately, the race course, the actual course trail, hasn't been set up yet. But this is a lovely venue. Looks like some beautiful trees that have probably survived the storm. They're pretty old. And then all the rest of them have been planted since. So this will be a lovely spot tomorrow for the race. And they'll have a catering vehicle. This looks like the area where the start and the finish are. So we've got the start heading off in that direction, and then the finish will be coming in here, and this will be the finish. Lovely finish. Beautiful venue. The surface is superb, certainly for those dogs' feet. A lot of people here. Fortunately, it's not raining. See, that's a massive tree, and that would have been here in that big storm. I mean, it wouldn't have been that big. And this area here will be some parking. It's a lovely spot though. You've got the trees surrounding you. So many of these forests now have got large areas, obviously where trees have been harvested. So there's big open fields or open areas, which spoils not only the atmosphere but makes it quite chilly when the wind's blowing. But when you've got a nice area like this, it's beautiful. You're a bit of a dip here actually, and trees are higher. This is the day before the race. This is a Friday. And the race is held on Saturday and another race held on Sunday, so it's 2 days of racing. In the early days when we started doing these races, actually we had they were 2-day races, so you raced on the Saturday, then you raced on the Sunday, and your times were added together. So in fact you could do well on one day and not well on the other. You're running the same course. So you had to do well. And there's advantages in both of them, systems, but they changed it, and we changed it. And now every day is a race, single race. It's been like that for a number of years now, though, of course. Well, as I say, this is a absolutely lovely site to hold a race, and you can see the work that's going on here, all the people that are setting it up. A lot of work involved in setting these races up. A lot of work that I think is not always appreciated by the people that, unfortunately, not always appreciated by the people that attend these races, but the amount of work, I mean, there's a day here in setting it up, there's all the planning that went in before that, and then of course there's the race itself for 2 days and everything that goes on in clearing it all up, because one of the things that is necessary obviously is to leave the race site in the forest exactly as you find it, no damage and nothing to show that you've been there. It is a requirement, obviously, and it would be a desire, really. We certainly don't want to do any damage to these forests, though they are forests that are going to be harvested, as it were. But they're an amenity now as well for lots of people. People use them for cycling and for walking and orienteering, all sorts of things that people like to get up to in the woods. And of course, years ago, when we first started, we never saw anyone here, apart from the contractors that came in to chop the trees down or whatever. No one else came here. But then that was sort of about 30 years ago, I suppose. And the population of this area has grown. And the usage of these forests in East Anglia has grown, because they're really the most suitable forests in the United Kingdom for holding these type of events. And they seem to have the most pleasant managers of the forest, the ones that are really open to having races with dogs racing here. So all in all, it's a good spot.
But having said that, we're not going up that middle piece, are we?
No,
that middle piece is
losing that.
That middle
that
piece is probably
is just
wet.
Brilliant. Went down, up, and then turned right, and I thought, oh no, we're doing that backwards curve round the camber.
Oh no,
thankfully.
no. Yeah, there'll be no whites on the line.
Oh, fine, okay. Well, in that
So
case, I might drive
it's
down
first
and
come
see
first,
if I can
first come first serve.
park up there.
Right, so that's a lovely trail apparently then, and a beautiful venue. Lots of people here. Busy. You think the race was happening today? Right, so we're heading home now. There's the race organizer there. Look, busy away.